Your mindset is the foundation upon which everything else is built. The way you think directly influences how you approach life, how you handle challenges, and how you perceive success. People often think that success is a result of external factors, luck, connections, or circumstances. But the truth is, your mindset has the greatest impact on your journey. A growth mindset, the belief that you can develop and improve through hard work, learning, and perseverance, can radically change your life. When you view challenges as opportunities rather than roadblocks, you unlock the potential to grow beyond your limitations. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't often boils down to how they perceive their abilities and challenges. People with a fixed mindset, on the other hand, tend to shy away from difficulties, fearing failure or rejection. They see mistakes as confirmation of their limitations, not as stepping stones toward improvement. This way of thinking can keep you stuck in the same place, unable to break through your fears or self-imposed limitations. But the moment you shift your mindset, everything changes. Embrace the idea that failure is not a defeat, but a lesson. When you fail, you're not falling back. You're learning what doesn't work so that you can find what does. If you look at every setback as an opportunity to improve, you'll begin to approach each day with a sense of purpose and determination, knowing that you're building the skills and resilience needed to succeed. Your mindset also shapes your perception of your own abilities. The more you believe in your potential, the more willing you'll be to step out of your comfort zone and try new things. And every time you push yourself further, you'll strengthen that belief. When you start seeing yourself as capable of achieving your goals, your confidence will grow, propelling you towards success with an unstoppable force. The key is to actively cultivate a positive and empowered mindset. Surround yourself with people who uplift and inspire you. Read books that challenge your thinking. Practice gratitude daily. The more you work on your mindset, the more you'll realize how much control you have over your own future. Success isn't something that happens to you, it's something you create with your mindset. Consistency is the quiet force that turns dreams into reality. It's easy to get excited about a new goal or project, but the true test of success lies in whether you can show up day after day, regardless of the obstacles or the excitement that may come and go. Success doesn't happen overnight, and it doesn't come from bursts of motivation followed by long periods of inaction. It comes from showing up consistently, even when the enthusiasm fades, and even when you don't see immediate results. One of the most powerful aspects of consistency is that it compounds. The small actions you take every day add up over time, leading to significant progress. Think of it like building a house. You don't expect to have a completed home after laying a single brick. But if you lay one brick each day, over time, you'll find yourself with a fully built house. The same principle applies to your personal and professional goals. Small, consistent actions done over a long period create a solid foundation for success. Consistency doesn't just apply to the work you do, it also applies to the mindset you cultivate. The more consistently you feed your mind with positive thoughts, motivational ideas, and empowering beliefs, the stronger your mental foundation becomes. Every day you make an effort to focus on the things that matter most: your health, your relationships, your career. You're slowly shaping the future you desire. Another powerful aspect of consistency is that it builds discipline. Discipline is often misunderstood as the ability to push through pain and discomfort for short bursts of time. In reality, true discipline is about creating habits that serve you in the long run. It's about doing the things that matter even when you don't feel like it. The more consistent you are, the less effort it takes to maintain momentum. As discipline strengthens, it becomes easier to take action, even when life throws you curveballs. Inconsistency, on the other hand, can often lead to frustration and stagnation. When you start something with great enthusiasm but fail to follow through, it not only affects your progress, it affects your self-esteem and belief in your abilities. Every time you break a promise to yourself, you chip away at your confidence. This makes it harder to trust yourself and harder to maintain motivation for the next goal. On the other hand, when you commit to consistency, you build momentum. With every small win, you reinforce the idea that you are capable of achieving what you set out to do. Consistency also teaches patience. In a world that often emphasizes instant gratification, it's easy to get discouraged when results don't appear immediately. However, the reality is that meaningful results take time. When you focus on the process instead of obsessing over the end goal, you begin to appreciate the value of progress over perfection. Every step you take, no matter how small, is a victory. It's important to understand that consistency doesn't mean perfection. You will have setbacks. You will face days where you don't feel like doing the work or where things don't go as planned. But the key is to keep going. Don't let one bad day or week derail your entire journey. The power of consistency is in the long game, where the small efforts made regularly lead to big transformations over time. The more you embrace consistency, the more you'll find that your actions begin to align with your aspirations. Each day becomes an opportunity to get closer to the person you're working to become. With consistent effort, you'll begin to see change even when it feels like nothing is happening. And when those results do appear, you'll have the satisfaction of knowing it was your daily commitment to progress that made all the difference. In life, challenges are inevitable. No matter what goals you set or how prepared you feel, obstacles will always arise. However, the way you respond to these challenges has the power to shape your success. Too often, we view challenges as burdens or signs that something isn't meant to be. But the most successful individuals in the world have one thing in common. They see challenges not as roadblocks, but as opportunities for growth, development, and innovation. The first step in embracing challenges is changing your perspective. Instead of dreading obstacles or viewing them as setbacks, try to see them as the universe's way of testing your resolve and pushing you to become better. A challenge forces you out of your comfort zone. It encourages you to think differently, solve problems, and discover new approaches to achieving your goals. It's in these moments of struggle that you learn the most about yourself, about your capabilities, and about the world around you. When you face a challenge head on, you're forced to tap into your inner strength and resourcefulness. Whether it's a difficult project at work, a personal setback, or a health issue, these challenges offer a chance to sharpen your problem-solving skills. Every time you push through adversity, you develop a resilience that makes you stronger for the future. Think about all the skills and knowledge you've gained from the tough times you've already faced. Those lessons were not learned during the easy moments. They were learned when you were in the trenches, struggling to find a way forward. Moreover, embracing challenges cultivates a sense of perseverance. Life isn't always a straight path to success. There will be moments when you feel like giving up, but it's those who press on when things get tough that truly rise to greatness. Resilience is built over time. With every challenge you conquer, the more you face and overcome, the more you prove to yourself that you're capable of handling anything life throws your way. This confidence becomes a powerful tool, as it allows you to face future obstacles with a calmer, more collected mindset. The way you approach a challenge also determines how much you grow from it. You can either allow challenges to defeat you, or you can choose to learn from them and grow stronger. Even when the outcome isn't exactly what you hope for, there's always something valuable to gain. Maybe it's a new skill, a different perspective, or a deeper understanding of your own abilities. Challenges provide these opportunities if you're open to receiving them. Furthermore, challenges often lead to innovation and creativity. When things don't go as planned, it forces you to think outside the box. It challenges your assumptions, making you reconsider the strategies you've been relying on. Many of the most innovative breakthroughs in history came about because someone refused to accept failure and instead used the challenge to rethink the way things were done. In the face of adversity, creativity flourishes. It's in moments of struggle that we are often pushed to think more creatively, discover new solutions, and invent new ways to achieve our goals. In addition to personal growth, overcoming challenges also has the power to inspire others. When you push through difficulty and emerge stronger on the other side, you set an example for those around you. People are often drawn to resilience. When others see you persevere despite hardships, it encourages them to do the same. Your ability to embrace challenges and view them as opportunities not only elevates you, but can elevate the people around you, creating a ripple effect of positivity and determination. Lastly, facing challenges is an essential part of building your character. Character is not something that is built in times of ease, it's forged in adversity. When you face challenges, you learn important life lessons such as patience, humility, and the importance of perseverance. These lessons shape you into a more grounded, self-aware person who understands that success isn't handed to you. It's earned, one challenge at a time. Instead of avoiding challenges, seek them out. Look for the areas of your life where growth is most needed and lean into the discomfort that comes with the challenge. Know that in every moment of struggle, you are becoming the person you're meant to be. Embracing challenges is the path to self-mastery, personal growth, and ultimate success. And the more you embrace challenges, the more you realize that there are no true obstacles, only opportunities to become better. When you look at successful people, you often see the result of years of hard work, dedication, and achievement. But what you don't see are the countless hours spent forming the habits that made success possible. Your habits, both good and bad, define the trajectory of your life. The small, consistent actions you take every day ultimately determine who you become and where you end up. Success is rarely about a single big breakthrough. It's about the accumulation of daily actions that compound over time. The foundation of any great achievement starts with habits. Whether it's waking up early, reading, exercising, or practicing your craft, these habits create a routine that fosters productivity and growth. Think about the most successful people in any field. They didn't get to where they are by relying on occasional bursts of effort. They developed systems and habits that allowed them to consistently perform at a high level. Over time, these habits become ingrained in their daily routines, and eventually, the results speak for themselves. The beauty of habits is that they operate on autopilot. Once you establish a habit, it requires less mental effort to execute. For instance, when you wake up each morning and automatically reach for a book, you don't have to think twice about it. You're not debating whether you should read it. It's simply part of your routine. The more positive habits you can build into your day, the more you stack the odds in your favor. In the long run, these habits become the driving force behind your success. However, not all habits are created equal. Some habits serve us, helping us move toward our goals, while others hold us back, keeping us stuck in unhealthy or unproductive patterns. Bad habits such as procrastination, negative self-talk, or unhealthy lifestyle choice can erode our potential over time. The danger of these habits is that they're often insidious. At first, they don't seem to have a major impact, but the cumulative effect of these small actions can be devastating in the long run. If you consistently put things off or choose comfort over growth, you're creating a future where success becomes more and more difficult to attain. That's why it's essential to be intentional about the habits you cultivate. The good news is that habits can be changed, replaced, and built over time. It may take discipline, patience, and persistence, but if you commit to making small incremental improvements in your daily routine, you'll eventually see a dramatic shift in your life. Replacing a bad habit with a good one is one of the most powerful ways to create lasting change. For example, instead of scrolling through social media first thing in the morning, you could replace that habit with journaling, meditation, or a quick workout. These small shifts in behavior can start to snowball, and before you know it, you'll have a completely new set of habits that are aligned with your vision for the future. Your habits don't just shape your day, they shape your mindset as well. A person who habitually practices gratitude, for example, is more likely to develop a positive and optimistic mindset, which then influences the actions they take. Similarly, someone who consistently sets and reviews their goals is more likely to stay focused and motivated, making intentional progress toward their desired outcomes. The habits you form today will lay the foundation for your future success, and they can either build you up or hold you back, depending on whether you choose habits that align with your values and aspirations. What's also important to remember is that habits aren't just about achieving external success, they're about becoming the person you want to be. Every positive habit you establish is a step toward becoming a more disciplined, focused, and intentional version of yourself. For example, if you consistently prioritize your health, you're not just working toward a specific fitness goal, you're building a habit of self-care, self-respect, and long-term wellness. These habits then translate into every area of your life, influencing how you approach work, relationships, and personal growth. Another key aspect of habits is the idea of momentum. Once you build positive habits, you begin to build momentum toward greater success. This momentum helps you stay on track when things get tough. The more consistent you are with your habits, the more progress you'll make, which will naturally fuel your motivation. On the flip side, when you break a good habit or allow a bad one to take root, it can create a cycle of stagnation. This is why consistency matters so much. By continuing to show up for your habit 7, on the days when you don't feel like it, you're creating an unstoppable force that propels you forward, even when life tries to knock you down. Over time, the small positive changes you make in your habits compound to create extraordinary results. The process may seem slow in the beginning, but when
Taking action is often the missing link between ambition and achievement. It's one thing to have big dreams, to plan, or to visualize the life you want. It's another to actually get up and do something about it. Dreams, no matter how beautiful, remain just dreams unless they are backed by action. Waiting for the perfect moment or for everything to fall into place is a trap that many people fall into. But the truth is, there will never be a perfect moment. The only moment you can act on is the present one. Too many people wait for external circumstances to change before they make their move. They wait for the right amount of time, the right amount of money, the perfect opportunity, or the right mood. The reality is that waiting for ideal conditions is a form of procrastination, and it keeps you stuck in a cycle of inaction. No matter how many plans you make or ideas you have, nothing will change until you take the first step. The first action is often the hardest, but it's the most important. It's the moment when you stop thinking about what you could do and actually begin to do it. Taking action now doesn't mean waiting for things to be perfect or knowing every step of the journey ahead. It means moving forward with what you have, trusting that each step will lead you closer to your destination. Progress is made in the doing, not in the planning. By taking action, you learn, adapt, and grow. Each small action you take moves you closer to the life you want to create. Even if the path isn't perfectly clear at the start, each step brings clarity. The more you act, the more you learn about the process, the challenges, and what works for you. There's a powerful momentum that comes from taking action. When you make a decision to act, even on something small, it creates a ripple effect in your life. Action fuels motivation. The more you act, the more momentum you gain, and the more you will be inspired to keep going. This momentum often creates a sense of accomplishment and confidence. The feeling of having moved forward, no matter how small the step, gives you the courage to take the next one. This is why waiting to feel ready can be a mistake. By the time you feel ready, you've already lost valuable time. Sometimes you need to just start, even if you don't feel prepared, and trust that the momentum will carry you forward. Many people let fear hold them back from taking action. Fear of failure, fear of making mistakes, fear of what others might think. It all contributes to the tendency to put off action. But here's the truth. Every successful person has experienced fear. Fear is a natural part of the process. It's not something to avoid, but something to work through. Taking action in the face of fear is what separates those who succeed from those who don't. The fear may never completely go away, but with each step you take, it becomes more manageable. The more you face fear, the more confident you become in your ability to overcome it. Procrastination often comes from perfectionist waiting until everything is perfect before you act. But perfection is an illusion. There is no perfect way to start, no ideal time to begin. The idea of perfection is a myth that paralyzes progress. The truth is that action, no matter how imperfect, will always be more valuable than waiting for the right moment. Perfection doesn't exist, and the only way to get better is by doing. Every action, every attempt, even if it doesn't go as planned, gives you valuable experience and insight that will help you do better the next time. Taking action also means committing to your goals, even when the results aren't immediate. Instant results are rare. Success takes time, and the road to achieving your dreams is often filled with obstacles, setbacks, and unexpected detours. But none of that matters if you're willing to keep taking action. Every time you move forward, no matter how small, you are investing in your future. It's easy to get discouraged when things don't happen right away, but persistence is what ultimately leads to success. By taking consistent action, even when things seem slow, you're building the foundation for something bigger. Action is also a way of learning. It's easy to get caught up in analysis paralysis, spending all your time thinking, strategizing, and planning. But without action, none of that matters. The only true way to learn and grow is through experience. Each action, each decision, whether it's a success or failure, teaches you something new. Action is the ultimate teacher. It reveals your strengths and weaknesses, teaches you what works and what doesn't, and ultimately helps you refine your approach. Inaction, on the other hand, leaves you stagnant, uncertain, and unable to make real progress. It's important to note that action doesn't always mean taking huge, dramatic steps. Sometimes the most important actions are the small, everyday ones. Writing down your goals, making a phone call, doing one SM. In a world where everyone is focused on results, the process is often overlooked. People are constantly chasing after the end goal, whether it's landing that perfect job, achieving a specific financial milestone, or reaching some personal target. While these goals are important, it's the process that shapes who you become and how you get there. Focusing only on the outcome can lead to frustration, burnout, and a sense of dissatisfaction, as the journey itself is often where the real growth happens. When you place too much emphasis on the end result, you risk missing the lessons, skills, and self-discovery that occurred during the process. It's easy to think that happiness and fulfillment lie in the finish line, but true satisfaction comes from the journey itself. The journey is where you learn, grow, make mistakes, and evolve. These moments of growth and learning are not always visible or measurable, but they are foundational to your success. It's the challenges you overcome, the failures you learn from, and the daily decisions you make that shape your character and define the outcome, not just the final achievement. The process helps you build discipline and consistency. Every step you take toward your goal is part of the bigger picture, and each action reinforces the habits, mindset, and skill set needed to achieve long-term success. Instead of obsessing over the goal, focus on showing up each day, doing the work, and putting in the effort. By committing to the process, you develop a work ethic that propels you forward, even when the end result feels distant or uncertain. When you focus solely on the outcome, it's easy to become discouraged if progress feels slow or if things don't go as planned. But when you embrace the process, you begin to appreciate the small wins along the way. These incremental achievements might not seem significant in the moment, but over time, they add up to massive growth. The sense of accomplishment that comes from sticking to the process, regardless of the result, is often more fulfilling than simply reaching the goal itself. This shift in focus also makes it easier to maintain motivation. When your focus is on the process rather than the result, you are less likely to get discouraged by setbacks or failures. Every day is an opportunity to take action and make progress, no matter how small. By breaking your goal down into smaller, manageable tasks, you can focus on what needs to be done right now, rather than obsessing over what's still ahead. This approach helps you build momentum and keeps you moving forward, even when the big picture seems overwhelming. Focusing on the process also fosters a mindset of learning and improvement. Every step you take is a chance to refine your skills, learn new things, and improve your approach. When you are results-oriented, it's easy to fall into the trap of seeing failures as defeats. But when you value the process, you begin to see each failure as an opportunity to grow. Every mistake teaches you something new, and each challenge becomes a lesson in perseverance, problem-solving, and resilience. The process allows you to stay present and engaged in the work. When you're overly focused on the outcome, it's easy to rush through the journey. always looking ahead and never truly appreciating the work you're doing in the moment. But when you learn to enjoy the process, you become fully immersed in what you're doing. This sense of engagement not only makes the work more enjoyable, but it also leads to better results, because you're giving your full attention and energy to the task at hand. Another important aspect of focusing on the process is that it helps you build resilience. Success is rarely linear. There will be obstacles, setbacks, and challenges along the way. But by focusing on the process, you become less attached to the idea of a perfect, smooth journey. Instead of being discouraged by the inevitable bumps in the road, you begin to see them as part of the process, not as signs of failure. Resilience is built when you continue moving forward, even when the road is rough. It's not about avoiding obstacles, it's about learning how to navigate them. Focusing on the process also helps to manage your expectations. If you're only focused on the end result, you may set unrealistic expectations about how quickly or easily things will unfold. When you focus on the process, you come to understand that success takes time, effort, and consistency. This mindset allows you to appreciate the small steps, which in turn makes the journey feel more fulfilling. You learn that each step, no matter how small, is part of the bigger picture. Moreover, embracing the process helps you cultivate patience. In a world of instant gratification, it's easy to expect quick results. But the truth is that real, lasting success takes time and requires continuous effort. The process teaches you to trust in the journey and to have patience with yourself. When you consistency is one of the most powerful forces in the world of personal and professional growth. It's easy to be excited about something for a short period of time, but the real magic happens when you stay committed over the long haul. No one achieves remarkable success through bursts of effort. It's the small daily actions that lead to monumental achievements. The key to success, whether in business, health, relationships, or personal development, is the ability to show up consistently, even when motivation wanes or progress seems slow. Consistency is the foundation upon which all progress is built. Imagine a snowball slowly rolling down a hill. At first, it's small and seemingly insignificant, but as it gathers momentum and size, it becomes unstoppable. Your consistent actions over time have the same effect. At the start, you may not see immediate results or feel the impact of your efforts. But as time passes and you continue to show up day after day, your efforts compound and lead to real, lasting change. The results, while slow in the beginning, begin to multiply and accelerate over time, creating momentum that is hard to stop. One of the most powerful aspects of consistency is that it eliminates the need for motivation. Motivation is a fleeting emotion that can't always be relied upon. Some days you'll feel energized and inspired, but on other days you'll feel tired, uninspired, or distracted. If you depend solely on motivation to reach your goals, you'll inevitably fall short. Consistency, on the other hand, doesn't require motivation. It's about showing up regardless of how you feel. By creating habits that support your long-term goals, you can keep moving forward even on days when you'd rather quit. The act of being consistent trains your mind to focus on the process, not on your fleeting emotions. Moreover, consistency builds trust both with others and with yourself. When you consistently deliver, whether it's at work, in your personal life, or in your relationships, you build a reputation for reliability and dependability. People come to trust that you will follow through, that you will keep your commitments, and that you will do what you say you will. This trust is invaluable, and it opens doors to more opportunities and stronger relationships. More importantly, when you show up consistently for yourself, you develop a deep sense of self-trust. You prove to yourself that you are capable of taking action, sticking to your goals, and achieving what you set out to do. This self-trust creates a powerful internal foundation that fuels further growth and success. Another key element of consistency is its ability to build discipline. Discipline is not something that is gained overnight. It's a muscle that is developed over time through small, consistent actions. The more you commit to doing something regularly, the more you train yourself to stay disciplined. The discipline to work when you don't feel like it, to keep going even when it's tough, and to stay focused on the bigger picture is what separates those who succeed from those who don't. As you continue to practice consistency, you strengthen your self-discipline, and it becomes easier to make good choices, stay focused on your priorities, and avoid distractions. Consistency also helps you to improve and refine your skills. The more consistently you engage in any activity, the more opportunities you have to learn, grow, and develop expertise. No one becomes an expert overnight. It takes years of consistent practice, learning from mistakes, and pushing through challenges to build real mastery. Whether you're learning a new language, playing an instrument, building a business, or working toward a fitness goal, consistency is what will allow you to make steady progress and improve over time. Each day of practice adds to your body of knowledge, hones your skills, and brings you closer to your goal. It's not the intense bursts of effort that make the difference, but the steady daily commitment to improving and getting better. One of the challenges with consistency is that progress can often seem slow. You might not see immediate results or get the instant feedback you're hoping for. It's easy to become discouraged when you don't see big changes right away. However, this is where patience comes into play. Success doesn't happen overnight, and real, meaningful change takes time. The key is to trust in the process and remain consistent, even when the results aren't immediately apparent. Trust that your efforts are building a foundation that will eventually lead to significant growth. Progress is often invisible in the short term, but it's happening quietly behind the scenes. Every small step forward adds to your long-term success. And one day, when you look back, you'll realize just how far you've come. Consistency also helps you develop resilience. When you commit to showing up every day, no matter what, you become more resilient in the face of. In conclusion, remember that success is not a result of one grand action, but rather the culmination of small, consistent efforts over time. It's about showing up each day, staying committed to your goals, and embracing the process, no matter how slow or challenging it may seem. The path to success is rarely linear, but with consistency, you build the resilience, discipline, and momentum needed to reach your full potential. So, take action today. Focus on what you can do right now. Show up, even when it's difficult. Trust in the process, stay consistent, and be patient with your growth. The journey may take time, but every step forward is a step toward the person you're meant to become and the life you're destined to live. Success isn't reserved for the lucky few. It's available to anyone willing to commit to the process and stay consistent. Keep moving forward and never underestimate the power of your efforts. The best version of your life is waiting for you to claim it, one small, consistent step at a time.